All right, Linda, let's talk about building your online profile. I think it's so key for us in our business that you've got to be there now. You've got to be online. You've got to understand branding. And I think it all starts with having the right profile. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Just remember this. And if you can I always say, make wallpaper out of this. Everybody checks you out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If they meet you, they immediately go check you out.
Yeah.
If you keep that in mind, it will stay at the front and center of your day-to-day world of knowing I've got to be accurate with my phone numbers, my emails, my contact information, everything about you that would draw people in and help them to make the decision to call you or email you. It's so important. And obviously my background is collecting profiles. I'm probably one of the biggest collector of online profiles in the world. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if I'm in the world, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
For commercial real estate, which is a small industry.
Right.
So I've seen a lot of profiles, and I have to tell you that my two big sayings that I used to say when I was in the corporate world and I had a staff was use every tool in the drawer and grab that low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I believe a good online profile must be a tool in your drawer, and it is absolutely low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. And now it should be your profile on all your socials it should look the same on every profile, right? Or every network.
I would say it can't necessarily be cookie cutter because every platform has a different interface. They have a different standard. They have different character counts. But I think what you need to keep in mind is that when you sit down and write your profile or hire someone to do it, and there's nothing wrong with that, or use ChatGPT. I was going to throw that out there because I would think that's a fabulous tool for you to use. And I kind of want to talk to you about that maybe offline, about testing that with your agents. Mm-hmm. How well can AI help you craft your online profile? I bet it would be pretty incredible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know about profile. I'm just now getting into it. We're prepping to do a video on it. And so what I've learned has been absolutely amazing. I learned with ChatGPT, it's the ask. You have to know how to ask. If you don't ask,
good point. I haven't gotten into that, and I'm dying to try it because they have APIs, which I'm really intrigued about.
Yeah.
But the message that I want as a takeaway today, if anyone watched this video, is to really think about the person you're trying to attract. Mm-hmm. Who do you want whose attention do you want to grab to the point where they say, I'm going to call Joe.
Yeah.
He sounds perfect for what I need.
Yeah.
And I see brokers struggle with that. Most of their bios are so boilerplate and so generic. And so I'll call it vanilla box. That's real estate talk.
Yeah.
That they're useless. They're pointless.
Yeah.
They say leasing, brokerage. I mean, it's just like a rambling of terms. Nothing is specific to a client where it would grab them and say, this is somebody I need to call. Yeah. That's my point of making sure that you nail it. If you're a generalist, then geography is your thing to nail. If you're a specialist, then what you specialize in, you have to nail. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I think you're right on. I did a video and it was just on LinkedIn. But with this guy, Matthew Murtaugh, he's out of Ireland. Actually, I'll link that video down below. It's kind of a long one, but this guy gave so much information and it was on LinkedIn, but a lot we touched on was setting up your profile. And, people are out there looking for you. They're going online now and they're Googling, they're going on LinkedIn and they're looking for somebody in an area. If they don't get the information they want and the person right below you does exactly what they're looking for, they're going to go to that person right below you. And, even the picture is important. You've got to be a good picture, color that stands out and, not on the phone. Remember in the 80s, everybody was on the phones?
Right.
Yeah.
See me, I'm working.
Yeah, exactly. and then long extension cord hanging or cord hanging out,
right.
Going to the landline.
Right.
But yeah, filling out the profile completely in every one of these tools is key, because when people are out there, they're Googling they're going to Google you. There's going to be a good amount of those people are going to find you on the internet. And so you got to make it easy for them.
Right. Well, my frustration is, and I'm going to use you as an example, and I have a multitude of people that are in your shoes. We have a lot of networks that reach out to us and say exactly what you say, Joe. I'm looking for a broker in this market that does this discipline. Can you give me some names? Now, you do that because you don't want to go through the torture of looking at these terrible profiles.
Oh, yeah.
Because you they don't tell you anything.
No.
Why would you not go to LinkedIn, Joe? I'm just kind of curious. Like, would you just go to LinkedIn, honestly, and just search for someone? Or would you rather come to someone like myself and ask me, how do you go about doing all of the above?
If I can't get a referral from somebody I completely trust, and I only send it when I reach out, I'm sending to a handful of people that I know exactly that, if I have their word that this is a good broker, then I know that this is going to be a good person. LinkedIn, you still have to do a little bit of vetting, right? I mean, no matter what, you have to do a little bit of vetting, but LinkedIn, you still want to vet, but a lot of people just don't put enough. I mean, I was looking for one in Delaware, and you go in there and look, and there's somebody that has 50 or a couple hundred followers, and can tell they're never on LinkedIn. They're hardly ever utilizing that tool, and they're just not using LinkedIn, and they have almost no information there. So it's tough to find. It was tough.
Do you know if the one I sent you panned out?
Yeah, I did. He's working with it.
Yep. I wanted you to say that on this, on here, because people don't realize how many leads they get from the broker list, and how many people we match up. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's with what we're doing, but in the broker list, you should talk about the broker list and having the profile. I mean, I'm sure you push everybody to have their profile in there, correct?
Well, we do, but that doesn't mean they're any good.
So even there, yeah.
I mean, okay, California commercial real estate broker.
Yeah.
That is like fingernails on a chalkboard for me, because California, of all states, is so massive. It's like Texas. It's like that means nothing.
Yeah.
Another thing is not knowing what that person is going to be the shining star. Like, what do they do? What do they do best? What is their claim to fame? What are they known for? You pointed it out.
You said earlier, either you put down what you do or where you do it.
Yes.
You need to be very clear on that in your profile. And, and then how long you've been doing it, is always nice too. But, and that is somebody that's built a bit of a following.
Right. And I think the other thing too, in our business that I think is very important is to, and I know people don't like to do this, but is to name names, like example clients help, client sizes help. If you do leasing and you're doing, I'll just make up a number, 1,000 to 5,000 square foot deals, put that in your bio. Yeah. What happens is they don't want to do that because they say, oh, but I'm going to lose that 50,000 square footer. Well, but build up your business. Yeah. Because if you're churning out 1,000 to 5,000 square foot deals, why not put that in there? Because you're going to stand out. Yeah. And let people know that, because they're uncomfortable. They feel like, oh, I'm only 2,000 square feet. Nobody's going to want to do my deal. Well, there are people that would love your deal.
Yeah.
So I think brokers want the world of all the clients. And that's another thing they do, is they say they work in the whole country, or they say they list, 35 states they work in. It's like, wait a minute, your company might, but you don't.
Yeah. We'll go look. Like we had an agent that applied to our company the other day, and he's with a residential firm. He does residential and commercial, and, just a list of everything that they do. So I'm like, you know, and I had a conversation with them shortly after that. And obviously they knew residential. They didn't know anything about commercial. But they didn't want to miss that deal. And so it gets too watered down. You know, especially in commercial, you know that it needs to be, if you're going to do an asset class, then you should really be focused on it. And so really spell that out.
Well, I think if you're in a small market, you can't, you know, that's why I said, if you know a zip code like the back of your hand, that should be in your bio. My expertise is this. I'll make up, you know, 5 zip codes, or this city, or these cities, or these suburbs, or whatever, and say that this is my expertise. I know every building in the market. I've walked every building in the market. That's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear the terminology of investment sales, leasing. It's just too, they don't know, because they're not in our business. They're clients.
Yep. Yeah. No, the profile, uniformity, making sure it's completely filled out and really spells out what you do and where you do it. Very key. Linda, I'm going to put the contact information for you at the bottom of the video. Also, tell us a little bit about the broker list, so everybody that wants to join, they can join.
Thebrokerlist.com is a no-cost network for commercial real estate brokers only to join. We're supported by advertisers. When you join, we vet you. We make sure that you are a commercial practitioner. If you're not, then we send you an email saying we're sorry, but you're not, because we do get a lot of residential agents that wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to be commercial today, and they're not. Right. So we do vet our members, and there's no cost to you other than your time to set up your profile. It is well worth it. We hope you join. We are everywhere on social. Our name is The Broker List if you search for us. We'd love to have you. If you need help, my name is Linda, and my email is linda@thebrokerlist.com, or you can call me as well, 312-671-2400, and I'd be happy to help you.
And trust me, folks, when she says that, when I need somebody, who do I reach out to? She's one of the 5 people I reach out to, because I know that they've been vetted and I know that they can trust them. And it is just a great platform for everybody to utilize. So thank you very much, Linda. I will put the email or the video I did with Martin, the link there, so you can see how he said to set up your LinkedIn one. Lots of great tips there. Again, it's a long video. Go skim through it, take a look at it. But then if you could, make sure you like this channel or this video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do.